Hi, good evening all. I am Havish Ram. I'm going to present a presentation on the topic of AWS Linux server. So today we are going to create a instance with the help of EC2 service. So and we are going to install the Linux OS here, and we are going to configure the web server. So we already talked about like how to install the Windows OS image. I mean Windows OS images like in server images, and how to configure a web server in Windows. Okay, but today we are going to see how to configure web servers in Linux. Yeah. So what is meant by a Linux service? Sorry, Linux server. So it is a server which is a open source Linux operating systems because we are having a Windows server, but it is not an open source tool. It is a paid tool because which is owned by the Microsoft. Okay, but here it is not owned by anyone, so it is an open source operating system. Um, and as definition say, it is very popular for its stability, security, and flexibility, and they are preferred by a lot of companies to web hosting database and demanding some applications also. Okay, and today we are going to see the major key difference between these Windows and Linux server. Okay, yeah. So here the Windows is a GUI, graphical user interface, but in Linux it is a command line interface. But nowadays there is also a GUI, but the server machine is a CLI using CLI. Okay, and we are using the protocol is RDP in security group, but here we are using the secure shell SSH. And the tools like remote desktop connection is for Windows to connect these with instance, but here we are using some tools like PowerShell, Putty, and Terminal, etc. So here the username is an administrator, but here the default user will be provided by the AWS itself, like something the name will be EC2 something, but I will show in practical. Um, and in Windows, the admin has a full privileges, but in Linux, root is a main language, but root is disabled by default in AWS. Okay, so on AWS because of this in this OS level. Okay, but we can use to log in with root also. We'll see. So here the username and password with keeper. I mean password with keeper. Okay, so in Windows, but in Linux they are they are providing a command by AWS itself to use into your PowerShell. So we'll see. And by default, the AWS is providing a 30 GB storage in free tier version. But here in Linux, for Amazon Linux and Red Hat, they are providing 8 GB, and for Ubuntu, they are providing 10 GB storages. So here the OS images name as Windows Server 2019, 22, even the 25 is there. Here yeah, they are having their own Linux images like Amazon Linux and Ubuntu is there, and Red Hat is there, CentOS is there. Okay. So let's see how to create the instance and how to download how to get the OS of Linux and how we are going to configure as a web server. Okay. Yeah. So there it is. I'm going to log in with AWS console here. Yes, I need to the console. Okay. So with sign in using a root user email. So just type your mail ID. So use the password. Just click sign in. Yeah. Okay. Here I'm going to create an instance in North Virginia. So you can also create in any region, but I'm going to create this instance in North Virginia using the EC2 service. Okay. Click here. It will be in recent. Otherwise, you want to search in EC2 in this search bar. Okay. So here is dashboard. So I'm going to give launch instance. I'm going to name it as Linux web server. Okay. So AWS Linux is automatically, and it is a 2023 machine. So for it is a free tier eligible machine for AWS Linux. And yeah, let's check. T2 micro in instance tab. I'm going to select with T2 micro. Okay, for keeper, I'm not going to create a new keeper, so I'm going to use this win key here. Okay, submit we can also, otherwise it will be automatically if I'm with no preference, it automatically will assign by AWS. The availability zone will be automatically assigned by the AWS here. So I'm going to use the select existing pair. So yeah, it's default here. No, actually I'm having a win firewall. So I'm going to click this win firewall. See here the configure storage. The storage which is assigned by AWS is 8 GB storage. Okay, for Amazon Linux. So okay, I'm going to click the launch instance here. It's showing successfully initiated the instance. So we'll see with the all instance here. See actually here is the name of our instance name. Okay, so we will wait for some time. So we want to check our status check here. So we will see how to connect with this machine. Okay. Okay. I think it will not connect because I don't know whether I added the protocol like SSH, but we will see. But it is in initializing. Okay, status check still in initializing. We will wait and we'll see. Okay, we'll check with the security group. Okay, so inbound door is there. I think it is there. Let's check with this because I already added for the practical version. Yeah, the SSH is there, so we will connect. Okay, if SSH is not there, just give the edit inbound tool. Okay, like this, and click with add rule, and we want to add the SSH rule. Okay, now I don't want this because I already have that rule. Okay, we will go to the instance. Yeah, it is showing as 2x2 checked pass. Okay, so we are going to connect with this. So as I told that already, it is not a RDP connection. So RDP connection protocol is not for Linux, but so we are going to use the SSH client. Okay, I already told that in difference it is going to give a username. Okay, so with this command we are going to create the we are going to enter into the Linux instance. Okay, so I will use the PowerShell here. So it is in uses Lenovo, so I'm going to enter into that cloud key location. So just click here. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to give enter. Okay, so it already in that. I think I want to enter with the so cloud C because it already my folder in C drive with users and folder and within user and Lenovo. So I'm going to click with CD cloud keys. Okay, let me check this. Okay, I'm sorry, I think I have. Yeah, we enter into this now. So we are going to copy this command and we are going to paste in this Windows shell. Okay, so like we will copy this and we are going to enter with this. So we are going to give S here. So it is asking for, are you sure you want to continue with content? Yes. Yeah. Okay. See, the Amazon Index 2023 is there. This is where, so we are connecting with this machine using the command line interface. Okay, not a GUI, command line interface. Okay. Then we are going to check with the command. There is a software called HTTPD. Okay, to hold the web server. So we are going to check with this command whether it is installed or not. If it is installed, then it is fine. If it is not installed, for installation also I'm going to give a command like sudo install http. Okay. Give me a second. Because if git is there, we also want to download the git and install the git, otherwise it is fine. So we'll see. Yeah, http. Okay, verify. So wait. Yeah, it's creating. Okay. Okay, then we are going to start this service. So for that, sudo systemctl start http. Okay, so it is going to start and we are going to enable this service. Okay, just we start this service. For starting the service, we give this command sudo systemctl start httpd. For enable, we want to use this sudo systemctl. So okay, enable httpd. Okay. So I'm going to enable the service. So then we are going to do, I'm going to use the GitHub page, which I created the some pages, websites are there in my GitHub. So I'm going to clone it here in this command, in this PowerShell. So how to do this? I have a command with that name. So I already installed the Git. If we didn't install the Git, then we want to give a command like sudo dnf install git, but here it is fine. Just we will click this. Okay, just click with the enter. Yeah, it's showing as it done. So we'll use to check in with this page. Okay, okay, so after this command, so sudo git clone after this command, okay, sudo git clone with that GitHub link. I'm going to open our system. Okay, so here the main thing is where in Windows Server it will be stored in local disk C. In that it is going to be inside the inet pub with www root. Okay, but here it will be stored in variable into the variable www, and into this it is HTML. So it is a default website path, is a website path for Linux. Okay, so okay, just we will check with that website is working or not. Okay, so we will copy this domain name, okay, we'll paste it here. Just yeah, see here the website is working. Here it is a articles website. Okay, so let me show where it is going to be stored. So for that we have a command is there. So ls fun where I said into the where html www into the www html. We will see whether this is working or not. Okay, yeah, see here in this is the default website path in Linux machine. So it is there like index.html articles.js. So I created in GitHub, but I cloned that GitHub page into this. So it will be stored in this website path. Okay, yeah. So today we saw about the difference between those Windows Server and Linux Server, and how to create the instance using EC2 with the installation of Linux, and how we want to, how we will configure this as a web server. So this is the thing. Thank you all.